Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, all senior learners. Yes, alhamdulillah, today we are in Tawheed, which is our first section. You can find the textbook on Google Classroom. Yep, and it is our textbook 6 that we are busy with, which is called Aqaid. Yep, and we are going to go through some terminology in our textbook, page 26, and we are going to be speaking about Wahee. So we start with what is Wahee, how is it protected, who receives Wahee, so just to understand this terminology, and of course that we understand more about our deen, our Quran, our prophets. So أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. When it comes to Wahee, Allah Ta'ala says, and it does not befit man that Allah should speak directly to him except through inspiration, or from behind a veil, or by the sending of a messenger to reveal, by Allah Ta'ala's permission, what Allah Ta'ala wills. And we find this in 42:51. So we're speaking about revelation. So man needs divine guidance in order to live this life correctly, purposefully, with benefit, of course, in this world, and to secure our place, a good place for the next world. Guidance definitely will not come directly to each and every individual, right? So it has to be a certain heart, a certain person's strength, certain qualities. And we also understand that Allah Ta'ala sent Jibreel alayhi salam to convey his guidance to his chosen messengers, and they are the Anbiya alayhi salam. Communication from Allah Ta'ala through Jibreel to his chosen messengers, this is called Wahee, this is called revelation. Right. So now we understand that not just anyone can get revelation. Of course, now definitely, because Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the last messenger and prophet, and it's specific to specific people. So let us speak a bit about revelation, the manner of receiving revelation. The manner Wahee came to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the following ways. Number one, in the form of a ringing bell. So he would be present and he would hear a bell ringing, and that would indicate that revelation is about to come. Number two, also Jibreel alayhi salam took the form of a human being, and we have certain hadith, or let me think of a specific hadith on this. Remember when he spoke about Jibreel alayhi salam coming to him while he was sitting with his companions and asking the questions about what is Islam and so forth, right, until he ended up and mentioned what is ihsan. So you'd either come in the form of a human being. Jibreel alayhi salam also would come in his original form, right? And also we know that Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam would receive Wahee, from what we can understand, is in the form of dreams, but it's not just whimsical dreams, these would be revelation. So at this point, I think we can ask ourselves, would I be strong enough to contain this, even imagine to see Jibreel alayhi salam in his original form. I don't know if any of us would be able to handle that. And therefore that's just one way how we can say that these messengers are chosen, specific people are chosen by Allah Ta'ala. Another point we have also is that the Anbiya, only prophets of Allah Ta'ala receive revelation, right? Like I said, certain human beings that are capable to receive this message, and they are also the best who are qualified to explain what Allah Ta'ala is telling us, or what was revealed to them. We also know that Wahee is protected right? It was protected. The guardian angels accompanied Jibreel alayhi salam to prevent the shayateen, which is the plural for shaitan, to prevent them from corrupting or changing this divine revelation. So even at that time, it would be preserved and protected. And then it was preserved in the hearts of the prophets, and now we can also see the wisdom of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam not being literate, so he would hold this message in his heart, subhanallah, and that was also protected from the influence of the shayateen, plural for shaitan. Then we have different types of wahi. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam would receive the two types of wahi: Quran, of course, which is the exact words conveyed to him, right? And we also have the hadith, that was word that which Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam received, and it was expressed in his own words. So we can also note the difference of wording or expression when it comes to hadith and Quran. However, وَمَا يَنْطِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَى, he never ever spoke something from his own mind. When he mentioned, of course, what Allah Ta'ala says, it wasn't from his own thoughts. It was all from Allah Ta'ala. Is that okay? So that is wahi. Then we have something else which is called Ilhaam. So Ilhaam in English, I think we understand it to be inspiration. And please check our surah 79 verse 8, where Allah Ta'ala says, and he inspired it, the soul, with vice and with virtue. So it's different to wahi. We know that Allah Ta'ala has given man a limited free will. You can think you are so free, but trust me, right? As human beings, we cannot be free. There are limitations in this world, and we are given that in order to test us. Like I said, this world, it will always be a test as long as we are alive. The key is to pass that test. So man has the ability to rise to great spiritual heights. So we can rise above the heights of angels with our good deeds, of course, or man can sink to the lower levels, even lower than animals. Yep. And I'm sure if someone's going to follow all their desires, you can just imagine where that will get them. So Allah Ta'ala has appointed an angel to inspire man towards good, to good thoughts, while shaitan is there doing his job, and he inspires, or not inspires, he encourages man. May Allah save us from shaitan inspiring. Oh dear, inspire is not the right word, but his job is to encourage man in his way and prompt man and to push him towards evil thoughts and evil actions. Our test, of course, is to be inspired and to carry out the good deeds and to stay away from those evil deeds. Inspiration, that good inspiration that we get, that is called Ilhaam. That's called Ilhaam. While the prompting of shaitan, that is called waswas. So of course you have your Surah An-Nas, where we have dealt with that or spoke about that, waswas of the shaitan. Okay, so that's what he does. And so whenever we have things or bad thoughts, remember, identify this is waswas. And of course we say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem, when that occurs. So since man is prone to both, right, the good and the bad, we can't use that inspiration as a source for Islamic law. I can't say, oh, I was inspired that we should do this or that. No, we can't make it something. We can't use someone's inspiration as fard even, because that's already set, of course, in our books, right? So therefore, just take inspiration as, something that inclines you towards good. Right. So Ilham received by pious people in the form of any good thought cannot also be declared as a fard. Of course, we want to do good deeds. Of course, if someone says make your salah, then of course that is fard. Allah Ta'ala said that. But what we are saying is that we can't, if a good person tells us to do something, we can't say, no, that person said I must do it, so I must do it. If it's not, of course, in the laws or what we know is felt. You know, someone can't come up with new laws and we follow the laws of people. If they're good, we follow them, but we can't say it's compulsory. Does that make sense? Right? Of course, you want to do good, but what is compulsory is, of course, already declared. So ilham is also only valid, of course, when it's within the limits of Sharia, when it's good. And we have Wahee is protected from the interference of shaitan, while ilham can still be influenced by the whispers of shaitan. I want you to think about that and just write your thoughts on that. And then lastly, ilham received by one person cannot be imposed upon others. Is that okay? If we feel now, if I feel I want to give charity, I can't say, guys, you must give charity. I can't say, guys, you must all give me 10 rand and we must go and do it. If I want to do that good, then I'll do that, and that is the ilham that I will carry out, but we cannot impose it on others. Okay, please write those points in your workbook. Think about it. Our next lesson, inshallah, we will cover the mu'jizat, which are the miraculous acts, which is fun. Also, all of it is good and fun. Till next time, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.